everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing great. Now let's start with today's video. In my last video, I had mentioned about different ways of using could, would and should. In the first part of this video, I had already spoken about could. I will link that video up here so you can go and watch it first. Then you can come back and watch this video or in any order you might like. Today I will be covering the different ways of using would in a sentence. So let's begin with today's topic. So first of all, would is the past tense of the word will. So we will see the uses of would today. Just like could, would is also a modal verb. I have mentioned about what are modal verbs in my previous video, so please go check it out. So first of all, it is the past tense of the word will. Secondly, it is a modal verb, and would is mostly used to talk about the past. How? We will see in the upcoming uses and the examples. Now again, just like we had seen different kind of uses of could apart from being used as or in the form of past tense. So since would is the past tense of will, so first of all we will look at the examples how we can use it in the past tense, in the form of past tense. So first I'll give you an example where I'll tell you the present tense, so you'll get it how it is written or spoken in past tense. So let's look at this example. You will make him study. Now this sentence is in the present tense. Now how will you write it in the past tense? You will write or you will say that I knew you would make him study. So here the would word is used in form of past tense. Okay, so it is already done, but we are using the word would to talk about a situation where it is in the past. Okay, so this is how you will use this word in form of past tense. I'll give you a couple of more examples so you'll understand. I was sure I would pass the interview. Do you see how it is used in the past tense again? You were sure, you said that you knew that you would pass the interview. It is already done, the interview is already over, but you already knew that you would do good in it. Okay, now let's look at another example. She said that she would visit me. Now a person has told you that that person is going to visit you, but they haven't showed up, but you're talking about that she had told this in the past. So here the word would is mentioned. She would come. She had mentioned that she would visit. Okay, so the sentence is in the past tense. Okay, I hope you got this one. Now let's look at the other uses of would. Just like could, this also has some other ways of using it in especially these are conditions or situations. So we are going to look at these conditions where you're going to use the word would and correctly use it in the right situation. So let's look at the second use. Now the second situation where you can use would will be in imaginary situations, things that hasn't happened, not future or in past tense, but in imaginary. I'll give you examples so you'll understand it better. If I had a dog, I would love him so much. So you are imagining a situation. Do you have a dog? No, you don't have a dog right now, but you're imagining it that if you had a dog, you would love him so much. Okay, so this is an imaginary situation where you are going to use the word would, or you can use would in a similar kind of sentence in imaginary situations. I'll give you a couple of more examples so you can understand it better. If I had a plane, I would travel all the time. Do you have a plane? No. Do I have a plane? No. But if I had a plane, I would travel all the time. So you're imagining again a situation. If this had been there, or if I had a plane, I would travel. So we are using would in another imaginary situation, not in the past tense, neither in the future tense. So this is used in an imaginary situation. Okay. Now let's see another example. If I were a chef, I would have made the best cake for you. Now here again you are talking about an imaginary situation where you are imagining that if you were a baker or a chef, you would make the best food or the best cake or the best baked items for your friend and your family. So again you are talking about an imaginary situation. So here we are using, in this second way of using would, is using it in imaginary situations. Now let's look at the third way of using would. Now you can use would while making polite offers. Let's look at some examples, then you'll get an idea. Would you like to have some tea? Or you could say, would you like to have some coffee? Or would you like to have a glass of water? So you're offering someone something, right? When a guest comes to your place, or you are with having company and you are ordering for yourselves, you offer, if you can have it, you get it for others also. So you are asking, would you like to have some tea or coffee? So I hope you got the idea how it is being used here. You are using it in form of an offer. Okay, let's look at another example. Would you like me to drop you at your home? Now you are again giving an offer, maybe to a friend, that you would like to drop them at their place. So you are giving an offer. Here we are using would in form of an offer in a sentence where you are offering something. So this is another way of using would in a sentence. Okay, by making offer, by asking a question, or asking, offering something. Now let's look at another use of would. We can also use the word would while making requests. Let's look at some examples to understand. Would you please open the door? Or you could say, would you please email me your address? Now here are two situations where you are using would in form of request. You are making requests. So just to inform you, these are the kind of situations where you can use both would and could. So you can use either of it. Either you could say, could you please open the door, or would you please open the door? Or you could say, in another example, would you please send me your address? Could you send me an address? Do you see, we are using both could and would in this situation. So this is another way of using would. I hope you understand. We are using would here in form of making request. Now let's move on to the next use of would. Now the fifth way of using would is for asking permissions. Let's look at some example. Would it be okay if I use your phone? You're asking for permission from someone to use their phone. So you are asking, would it be okay if I use your phone? Or would you mind if I borrow your phone for a moment? These sentences are used for asking permissions. Here we are using would in a sentence where we are asking for permission. I hope you understood this use of would. So we are looking at different situations, different conditions where we can use the word would. Now let's look at the last way of using would. Now another way of using would is while you're giving advice or suggestions. Let's look at some examples how we are going to use it. I wouldn't drink that if I were you. You think there's something in the drink, or it's a bad drink, or it tastes bad, so you are suggesting your friend or advising your friend that not to drink it. That if I were you, I wouldn't drink it. Let's look at another example. If I were in your place, I would say yes. Maybe you are discussing with a friend about some offer, some good offer, and they are looking for your opinion. So you say that if I were you, I would say yes in that situation. So here we are using would while giving advice or suggestion. Let's look at another example. If you ask me, I would say you should go. So again, someone is asking for an opinion or advice. So you're giving this advice and you're using the word would in this sentence by saying that if you ask me, I would say you should go. So you see how the word would is used here while giving advice. So these were few uses of would and examples explaining them, how you are going to use the word would in different ways, in different conditions, in different situations. So it is not just used in form of past tense of the word will, but also these other situations in different scenarios where you can use the word would. See, this is why there is a lot of confusion while using the word would. You might say that these are very commonly used words. Yes, could, would, should is used in everyday conversation. It's very, common, but still we have a hard time framing sentences. So I hope you understood somewhat how you're going to use the word would. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comments down below so that I can help you better. Also, please do not forget to practice. I always insist everyone on practicing. You can also get better in speaking in English or writing in English better only with practice. Practice is the key to success in getting better at speaking in English. Now that's all for today's video. In my next video, I will be telling you about the uses of the word should. So until next time, stay tuned to my channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will see you soon. Till then, take care and goodbye.